Hello, it is Topical Tuesday, January 16th, 2018. Steve Sipress here. And the U.S. federal government is still shut down or partially shut down because Congress can never do its job and just fund the government, for crying out loud. But they fund most of it. I'm sure the government is still dropping bombs on people and spying on us and overcharging us on our taxes, and all that kind of stuff is still going on. However, hey, George, one of the things that I hear there's some issues with that is interesting to me, I'll be a first-hand witness of it in just a few hours, because I will be heading to the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport for a flight first thing in the morning out to sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where I am hosting a 5-day mastermind event for my clients and some super VIP entrepreneur guests. It's going to be an extravaganza, fantastic event. Rented out a mansion right on the water in Fort Lauderdale. We're going to have some R&R and have some fun and make a lot of money, and it's going to be a great 5 days. However, there's all this talk about, the TSA, it's unfair to have them work without getting paid. Tell you what, how come you don't hear the talk of this? The TSA, that's one of the worst, if there is such a thing, one of the worst government agencies or government, whatever you call it, things that they do. They're completely inept. Why does the government even do that? Who needs that? I think the TSA was started after 9/11. I should have looked it up before this video, but until 9/11, I'm pretty sure there were planes in airports, and we didn't need a TSA. And then the TSA came along, and they suck. So all the stories, if you remember, back after 9/11, suddenly the lines at airports started getting heinously long, and they started throwing out your shampoo and all kinds of, basic and grabbing your genitals and all kinds of just ridiculous indignities of airline travel that we suffer today. That all started with the TSA. Meanwhile, are they really doing any security? Not really. I remember seeing a study, I think it was last year, where, as a test, government agents or whoever, some testing people attempted to smuggle weapons, drugs, or whatever through, and 95% of the stuff got through the TSA. They caught almost nothing. They suck. What they're really good at is making us wait online and grabbing our genitals and throwing out our shampoo and all kinds of crap. But there's absolutely zero doubt that a private company would do a much better job. And I'm sure they do in airports all around the world. And I should have looked this up, but I think there's even airports in the U.S. that use private screening security companies and not the TSA. And I'm sure that there are shorter waiting times and less groping complaints. And I'm sure they do better on all the security tests. They don't let through 95% of the guns and weapons that come through. Come on now, the TSA is done by the government. Do we need any more of a hint that it absolutely sucks and is totally inept? Give me a break. Chad Powers is here. Great seeing you. So why don't I hear the talk of this during this government shutdown? Shut it down permanently. What's all that? Let the TSA people go get another job. I saw something on the news they're calling in sick and they got to go work another job. Of course they do. What, are they supposed to work for a month or however long this has been without a paycheck? Don't be ridiculous. They go get another job. Well, have them go get another job permanently and hire a security company and get them in there so we can all have much better experiences and much more security when we travel by air through airports. And then the government it's almost impossible to even say the government can be cut in size, the number of government workers, for crying out loud, and therefore the number of workers in the private sector would increase, which is always better for the economy and better for the country overall. When any country's government grows too big and the private sector shrinks too small, that just screws up the whole economy and it sucks. So why don't I hear the talk about whatever agencies are shut down? Also, national parks. I saw something on national parks about Yellowstone or one of these parks. they were going to shut it down because they're not, collecting the garbage, emptying the trash, or whatever it is. Well, the businesses that survived because of all the people going to Yellowstone Park or whatever park it was, the hotels around the area, the restaurants, the bait shop or the ski shops or whatever the heck, camping shops, whatever's around there, they all got together and pitched in and hired people to go clean the trash and clean the park and take care of the maintenance. Like, that ought to be done in every single park there is. What do you need government workers to empty the trash in a government park? There's zero doubt that they charge more money and do a worse job than private companies would. So this non-essential crap that's all shut down, shut it all down permanently. Take the hint, get rid of the non-essential crap that's not essential. So I always talk about business tips or business owners. Hopefully you are not modeling yourself anything like the federal government. You got non-essential, crappily functioning parts of your business. Get rid of it. Shut it down. But don't just shut it down and then start it back up again with some political theater going on. Shut it down permanently. Give me a break. As always, the private sector functions so much better than the ridiculous government. Anyway, that'll do it for Topical Tuesday. Phil Brakefield is here. Great seeing everybody. I will be on my way in a few hours to get my genitals groped and to stand on way too long a line at an inefficient TSA in an airport in the morning on my way to sunny Florida. Well, I will be coming to you with my daily live videos for the next week or so. So we will be having some fun. And I'll have some superstar guests in the videos, no doubt. We'll be right on the water in a spectacular mansion. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be interesting, and I hope you'll tune in then, starting tomorrow with Worldwide Web Wednesday, my tips on how to make money marketing on the internet. Hope you'll join me then. Thanks for being here today. Over and out.